The pandemic is not over, and the issue of vaccine inequality persists wherever you look. In many cases of the world, only 16% of the population have received at least one dose, and there's still many millions, of course, who haven't received any other. It's the worst in the low-income countries. AstraZeneca, the vaccine still plays a key role. Now, it's because it's easier to store and transport. It's cheaper than competitors. It's widely used, for example, in Ghana, but it has taken numerous regulatory knocks, even though it does work and works very effectively. Leif Johansson is the chairman of AstraZeneca and joins me now. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
It is, I mean, I suppose when one's heard the problems and how it's not been recommended for this or not been recommended for that, one gets the impression that somehow it's not being made anymore and nobody's taking it. That's not true.
That's certainly not true. We have made, by today, 2.9 billion doses, so second world's largest producer of vaccines. We deliver that to 183 countries, all of those approved. And we have done that with 2/3 of that volume going to low and middle income countries. So certainly live and kicking.
But the perception is that the lower income countries are taking a vaccine that has not received the same full approval as elsewhere.
Well,
there are the problems of blood clots and the like.
Well, side effects is always difficult, and they are very rare.
Yeah.
So it's always difficult to put numbers on those. That's the role of the regulators, you can say. And of course, we are approved fully in Europe. And again, just yesterday, we were approved for boosting even heterogeneous mixes of different vaccines.
Where do you take it next? What do you do next with this vaccine? I mean, it's one of the portfolio that you have of obviously pharmaceuticals. Firstly, how significant is it to you as a company? And secondly, where next?
As of today, you can say it's not a very significant business. The oncology, respiratory disease, cardiovascular, etc., is much bigger. But we are trying to grow it. And I think where it takes us is actually going into prophylactics and treatment. We have a product called Evusheld that we give to immunocompromised people. That instead of the vaccine making antibodies in your own body for you, we actually inject monoclonal antibodies, and thereby we can do that and make sure that people who are immunocompromised for different reasons or not. That's a very quickly growing business.
Right. Now, that takes us into the whole question of healthcare costs, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Because this immuno-treatment is very expensive. This personalised medicine or personalised pharma is more expensive than. Can you see a way that becomes cheaper? That way becomes more. Actually, cheaper is the wrong word. More affordable.
Absolutely, I think it actually is quite affordable. And in one of the lessons that we have really learned is that you need to be preventive and very early in detection. Mm-hmm. And if you are that, even though the individual drug might seem costly, that actually prevents a lot of cost coming in the system. 97% of all healthcare costs is actually when people present ill. 3% is for prevention and early prediction. That is clearly wrong. And we could make that switch and make a much better system.
Monkeypox that people are talking about. Now, you know, there is this feeling of is this the next? I mean, there are vaccines, there are treatments for it. Is it your understanding that this is a serious concern that most of us need to be worried about?
I think with any infectious disease, we should be worried. We should have the regulatory look at what's happening. In this case, my understanding is that there are vaccines available and that they are very effective. So I don't think this is a really big one with what we know today, but needs to be monitored.
Finally, before we take you to the board, what do you think we've learned from pandemic? What have you learned in terms of the preparation necessary? Because the one thing we do know, these black swans come from everywhere. I mean, arguably there's more black swans than whites at the moment, but what have we learned and what lessons do you take?
I think the real lessons that we have learned, having been participating now in vaccine campaigns in this 183 countries, is that the world looks very different depending on where you are. So you can actually, like we do here, set up a global framework, but you need to be able to execute in all of the countries. And that translates into using local resources and using the right healthcare systems, helping out with that, but executing locally.
Your first Davos was in the early 90s.
Yes.
So you're well used to this. Where would you prefer Davos to be held? In January with the snow, or in spring with the sunshine normally, except for today?
Well, you know, I'm Swedish, so I'm very comfortable in the snow here, so I'll be here.
There we go, with the nose as well. Thank you very much, sir,
Thank you.
for joining us. Much appreciated. There were